Okay, so in a new interview with Rolling Stone, James Gunn made a very interesting comment about why movies are dying. Not necessarily like the whole industry, like cinemas and everything, but movies are dying. And he said the reason why is because they are starting off and going into production without a finished and good screenplay. And honestly, I don't think he's wrong with that one, right? How many times do you hear, like, in the whole, like, lead up to a movie's release and all the conversations with the actors, and they're like, oh yeah, we are up all night just reworking the script for the next day, just going in there and reworking all the dialogue. And it's like, well, if you had a completed screenplay that was good before going into production, this wouldn't really have to happen. But then you get the alternative to that, which is films like Anchorman, which is like 90% improv. Right? Iron Man, which had a skeleton of a script, but was still largely improv by the actors. And that movie has a great story and a great screenplay, according to people. And it was the bedrock of the MCU, a movie that was largely improvised. Okay, so Gunn isn't entirely correct on that one, but he's also not really inherently wrong. Think of it like a pyramid with like the movies on top and then everything else underneath it, kind of like Reagan's trickle down economics sort of thing, because a bad movie will definitely impact, box office ticket sales. And that could also then impact, home video sales, which does cut into the overall ancillary income that a movie will make. Movies will get licensed out to cable providers and streamers, sometimes like in a bulk rate, you know what I mean? Like a bulk purchase of these licenses. So they'll make some money, but overall, like not as much as they could if they were a better film. And that's definitely something to consider as well. But I think a lot of people, and myself included, would sit there and go, the key thing to keeping the industry from dying is not necessarily the fact that Netflix is $15 or $20 now. It's like, that's the same price as a fucking movie ticket, right? To go see a movie, like to go see Superman. I'm seeing the IMAX of Superman on the fan screening. $30. $30. That is by and large like what it costs me for my Disney Plus, Hulu, and Netflix subscription every month for one movie, for one damn movie. That's untenable. It's insane. It's so ridiculous to do, but they're doing it. So if James Gunn wants to sit there and say movies are dying because they don't have a finished screenplay, how about movies are dying because they cost too much goddamn money? We can put up with a whole bunch of bad things in movies. We do it all the time. But the one thing we can't do is get back that money that we spend. Okay. And because if the cost of a movie is more than the cost of a month of Netflix, my ass is waiting for Netflix, as I'm sure many of you are too.